Hi guys, and welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and Web Design and TechTips.com. Well, we've got one for you today. It's a little spinner here. Nice animated glowing spinner. Really easy to do. We've got to do a bit of coding for this today, but don't let that put you off. It's really easy and I'll take you through it step by step. I've also added a bit of text here and a link so that when we click anywhere in here, we can take our visitors wherever you want to take them. So let's get started. To do this today, we're using a bit of code supplied by Lou on CodePen here, and obviously I'll put this URL below the video. Alright, well, let's close this page down and we'll get started. I've got the page open over here. Let's just go ahead and I'll delete this section and we'll start from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to add a new section. And this will work just as well with the Pro version as it does with the free version. We're going to use the HTML module, which is available in both. There it is. I'm going to simply left click, drag it over. Okay, well, let's go over to CodePen and see what we've got here. On the left hand side, we've got our HTML here. So I'm going to select all of this, Control A, Control C to copy, and we'll go back and we'll pop it in to our little HTML module here. And there it is. Doesn't look like a whole lot because we haven't put any style in. So we've got to put style in next, or CSS, cascading style sheets. To do that, we want to go down to the bottom of where we've just put our HTML in here. We'll drop down a couple and we'll open some style tags. Now, to open style tags, it's left pointy bracket, the word style, right pointy bracket. As soon as you put the right pointy bracket in, it'll put the closing tag in for you. All opening tags need a closing tag. And in between the two, you can paste your CSS. So let's have a look what we've got here. Here's the CSS in the middle panel here. Some of it we're not going to need. We'll need the root. Don't need the HTML body main or the body here because Elementor is providing the body. But let's grab all of it. So again, I'm going to click in the box, Control A, select all, Control C, copy, back to our Elementor, and in between the two style tags, Control V to paste. And there it is. I'm going to go down and I'm going to get rid of all this element stuff here from the /star there, all the way down to the end of the A tag there. So we're just left with the classes underneath there. And for anybody that doesn't know, the /star and then */, you can put notes and headings in between there. It won't be read as code, anything between there. So we've got our classes, we've got everything, and it's looking a bit more like it now. Now for me, that's a little bit tall, and I really don't want the based on design by. So that's HTML right there, the based on design by. So if we go up above our little style tags there, here's the credits, this little P tag here after the closing SVG tag there. We've got an opening P tag with the credits here. So I can go all the way down to the closing P tag, which is just above the main there, and simply delete that. And that's gone. And as I was saying, this thing's a little bit tall here for me. It's set to 700. And also at the top, I think it's set to 700. So let's take the height. I'm going to take my height down to say 400 pixels. That's popped it up the top there, but the actual element that it's sitting in is still 700. So if we go up to the top, I think that's in our HTML up here. I think there it is right there, the SVG. The second one right here, I'm going to change that 7 to 400 also. There we go. It's a little shorter for me now and we can see it all. Obviously you make yours whatever height you want, but that's going to work for me. Alright, well, let's make our background a little more interesting now. Let's just pop a picture into the section. To do that, let's go into the section, the little blue tab right here. I'm going to go to the middle tab, the style. I'm going to hit the paintbrush and I'm going to add an image right here. And I'm going to add the same image as I added before. There we go, that stands out nicely on that background there. I want that background to sort of cover our area though. So I'm going to set to cover on size. There we go, that's fine. So at the moment this is great, it looks fine, it's working, it's decorative, it's actually responsive. If I open this in a new tab and we check it on responsive devices, I'm using Google Chrome here with the great inspector tools. If I hit F12 it'll bring them up, and I can hit our toggle right there, and as you can see it's centered on tablet. Actually you can check it on mobile, that's an iPad right there, and on iPhone should do the same thing as well. Okay, well let's just take this off, go back. Obviously haven't saved the background yet, that's why that's not showing up. Let's just update that. And that's all well and good, but I thought it'd be nice to actually have some words in here, or a bit of text in here. And also when you hover over it, let's link it somewhere so you can actually take people somewhere. Really easy to do again. So let's go back into our little module here. And the first thing I'm going to do is add a bit of text. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of our main right here. Just after our SVG. There's our closing SVG tag right there. So just after there, I'm going to open some H2 or heading 2 tags and write some writing. So it's left pointy bracket, H2, or whatever size you want to use. Now I'm going to add some style because I'm going to want to style this in a minute. Style equals, no gap, a couple of inverted commas. In between we can write any style that we want. Let's just close that out. And we've got the closing H2 bracket. I'm just going to say nightlife. Whatever you want to say, obviously. Now you're probably not going to be able to see that. It's going to be down here on the left hand side somewhere. There it is in the dark writing right there. Alright, well let's style it up. Well, the first thing I want to do is make it so we can see it. So I'm going to say color, colon. I'm going to say white, which is FFF, or you can just put hex code in, or web colors. That's made that white. Now we want to put it in the center, so we'll say text align center. That's great. Now we want to move it up, so let's give it a absolute positioning. Position absolute. And I want it sort of halfway down and halfway to the left. So I'm going to say top 50%, semicolon. I'm going to say left 50%, colon 50%. There we go, and we've got to adjust it a little bit, semicolon. So we're going to use some transform, colon translate. Open and close some round brackets, and in between the round brackets we can tell it by how much we want to move it. So I'm going to say minus 50% and a comma, and the next value, let's try that at minus 50% also. Get rid of that gap so it's going to actually work for us. There we go. Transform, translate. Okay, still a little bit low. Let's pull it up. Let's say, let's try 100. Probably won't be enough. Not quite. Let's try about 140. Yeah, that's going to work. That seems to be in the middle for me right here. Let's just check it. It's going to be responsive. So let's update. And we'll check out this page. Hit the F12 again. Let's check it on responsive devices. Yeah, that's on an iPhone, that's fine. iPad, yeah, that's fine too. Great. Okay, last but not least, looking good now. We've got a title in there. Let's have it so that when we hover over it, it's going to link to somewhere. So I'm going to get a link. I'm just going to take this CodePen link. Control C is a copy. We'll go back in. Now then, to make this link to somewhere, I want to encase the whole thing in an anchor tag. So I'm going to go up right the way to the top. Right where it says main there, I'm going to encase this whole thing. So I'm going to say drop down a line. I'm going to open left bracket, and A for an anchor tag or a link. Where we want it to go, href or hyperlink equals, open some inverted commas. Inside we can paste that CodePen link to take our visitors there. Then we have to close this link out. When we do that, it'll put a closing link on the end. And what we want to do is wrap our whole little element in this tag. So the closing tag, I'm going to cut from there, Control X. We'll just delete it and start again. I want to go right way down to our closing main tag right there. Just afterwards, we want to wrap it in that anchor tag. So put the closing anchor tag just after the main tag there. And we've wrapped the whole thing. As you can see, my icon is now a hand whenever we move in this area here, indicating we can link. Now the link that we put in at the top here is linking us off of our own site. So for best practice, what we'll do after our little link there, after the inverted commas, I'm going to put a space. I'm going to put the word target equals, open two lots of inverted commas again, and we're going to write underscore and the word blank. And what that's going to do is now when anybody clicks on it, it'll actually open it in a new tab, so our site stays open, which is always best practice if you're linking from your own site. So let's update this and we should be good to go. Hit the little button so we can see. And there we go, we've got our little nightlife right there. When I hover over it, you're getting your hand to link. When I click, it should open our CodePen in a new tab. And there we are. So there you go guys, there's an automated glowing spinner for you, and we've just added a nice little link. That's really eye-catching, it's responsive, really easy to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.